And Goto, again, was a young boy. Hell, he didn't give two shits. He was tougher than nails, and he potatoed me back. But it was such a learning experience.
Yeah, who trained you? So by the time you got in between after your freshman year, had you already been trained? Was it Tojo that trained you?
Tojo, just the selling. He came and he'd watch. But Tony Falk, if and my dad a little bit, but Tony is the one who came out in the hot barn. It's hotter. God, it was hot summer, and but in a tobacco barn that they set up a ring, and it wasn't even the nice quote unquote horse barn. It was the back barn that he had plenty of room in. It stored hay in and tobacco. I mean, just hotter than hell. But yeah, it was Tony Falk who just the real basics of a sunset, small package, all that kind of stuff. Tojo just did the simple stuff. He said, "Come here, pinch the ear this ear, grab it." Just the simple stuff. This he would grab places on me, but we would do it in front of a mirror. We'd do it riding up there, and he'd talk it. As a young kid, I was just again, playing sports is to me, and I try to tell my kids, so valuable because you become teachable and coachable. I was trying to soak it up so much. But I don't think I can tell my training story. So just the real basics. And Tony was so good with me. And after one of my second matches, he goes, Lawler said, "Man, you sell like your old man." He said, "That's just genetic in you." But I got lucky. And here's where, by the grace of God, Akio Sato, Japanese fella who lives in Kansas City this day, and Tarzan Goto, Goto was a young man and a young boy, and Sato was going to bring Goto to a territory. And so he came in about 3.5, 4 months into my career. And up to that point, I had been in the ring with Tony, just very, very protected in 6, 7, 8 minute matches and just the very, very basics. But my dad got with Sato and just said, "Hey, man, why don't you work with him around the loop this week?" And about, I don't know, 2 or 3 nights in, he goes, "Hey, Jerry," he said, "Hey, man, I'd really like to work with him. Let's try to figure out this storyline." And Tojo became their manager, and we did. And this is where people are like, "What?" Because I went back and counted on the months, and I think I've got a pretty good deal on it. But 17 straight weeks, and that is every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Saturday, and spot shows. So I got to have a game, not a scrimmage, because it's in front of a lot of people. I worked with him every night. He taught me positioning, everything from positioning to flying head scissors to all kinds of things, confidence. He would just, "Hey, keep your head up," and little things. But the big thing is, and this is where, man, I hate to sound like the old timer, but you come through the.
We are, Jeff.
And I say this, if anybody's out there listening, the value of it is, and it just rarely happens, in my opinion, these days. So we'd go out, have anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes spot shows. My dad would tell Sato, "Hey, man, go 25. Let him get the experience of going a little bit longer." So they would, do 2 sets of heat or a shine and a false heat, just all those kind of different things that I learned. But after the match was over, that's where I learned. He'd say, "Come here." And we'd sit down and we'd talk about it. And the post-mortem, call it something fancy, of the match, it is amazing as I look back on it. That was really my, education, high school education, if you will, or maybe even to college, because those 4 months, 16 weeks, that was every night, man. I got so many matches in and so much learning and so many little things. And my punches, he would really critique them and just say, "Hey, this and that, this and that." And again, I'm leaving a part out. He's the old timer that's on the apron. So I potatoed Goto a lot early in my career. Goto got to watch that and just like, "Hey, try this and this." And Goto, again, was a young boy. hell, he didn't give two shits. He was tougher than nails, and he potatoed me back. But it was such a learning experience.